History and hometown pride meet in the heart of Harbor Beach, Michigan. The Frank Murphy Memorial Museum honors the life and the legacy of a former U.S. Supreme Court Justice, Michigan Governor, and a fierce advocate for civil rights.
So Frank Murphy was, he's actually Harbor Beach's most famous son. He was born and raised here in Harbor Beach, and he is Michigan's greatest politician ever, not just because of how many political offices he held, but also because of everything he accomplished in each of those offices. He was a lawyer. He was a judge in Detroit. He was mayor of Detroit during the Depression. He was governor general and high commissioner in the Philippines. He was governor of Michigan. He was United States Attorney General, and he served 9 years as a U.S. Supreme Court Justice. And Frank actually wanted to be president. I love it that it shows the young people in Harbor Beach that being from a small town doesn't hold you back, that you can come from a small town in the thumb of Michigan and you can go on to do amazing things throughout your lifetime.
He was born in 1890, and he attended high school here. He was just a regular fellow. The Murphy Museum was made a museum in actually 1964, but all they had was just the law office. But then in 1996, 97, Bobby Ramsey and Marge Hemmer went to the city council and they said, can we just make a museum out of the Frank Murphy campus? Because we do have 4 buildings, actually. There's a law office, there's a shed, there's a barn, and there's the big house. But Frank Murphy's philosophy goes back to when he was a teenager. If I can only feel when the day is done that I have accomplished something toward uplifting the poor, uneducated, unfortunate, 10-hour-a-day laborer from the political chaos in which he now exists, then I will be satisfied that I have been worthwhile. Justice Murphy believed that for a society to function, ordinary people must be empowered.
As a volunteer, I do a lot of fixing up of the museum. It's a beautiful old house, and because it's old, it needs a lot of work. So we do a little painting. We've been reframing pictures and hanging them up throughout the house in an order that allows the tours to flow better. We've also been doing some weatherproofing on the house, keep all the cold air out in the wintertime, hot air in the summer. I feel like this is a museum that keeps on giving. As soon as we think we know exactly everything that's in the museum, we find something new. My favorite part is just beautifying the museum, picking a room and just bringing it back to life. Things get a little old and dusty and just making it look pretty again. The rooms that we've worked on the most are actually in our law office. Everything flowing nicely through the law office. It's all nice and cleanly done. Our Filipino room we just remodeled, so it looks wonderful. We've definitely rearranged a lot of pictures in the big house, but that's a future project is to upkeep this part of the museum and make it look good.
I just volunteer because I also work here, and I'm very interested in history, and I think it's very important for small towns to keep their history alive and going. And so it's just been nice to be able to take people through his childhood home, the law offices, and be able to say he made so much of a difference in the whole world, basically. He was so active, and they are usually in awe of this place because they don't even know it exists. And the best thing that happens is when they register at the desk there that they've been here, and there's a place for comments, and you see WOW, W-O-W, in capital letters.
I would assume that they hosted quite a bit back in the day, and it brings people in to the house to look at the house, and it's just a great atmosphere to have an old-fashioned tea. We have 3 set tea parties. One is a Dolly and Me for little girls aged 5 to 8, and they bring their dollies. Then we have a tween tea for girls aged 9 through 12. And then we have a boys' luncheon. We do not call it a tea, we call it a luncheon. And that's boys ages 5 through 10. I think it's the more people that we get to come here and realize the historical significance of this place, I think is absolutely incredible.
Visit the museum. We're open 7 days a week, all summer long, from Memorial Weekend to Labor Day weekend.
If you're ever visiting Harbor Beach or the surrounding area, this is definitely a stop worth making. For Them Coast TV, I'm Melissa Painter.